First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizers, and many thanks for organizing this conference and to having this initiative. And we shared from the first moment the idea of disseminating the ideas from this conference all over Southeastern Europe. My organization is, I'm representing the organization, Regional Cooperation Council. And I would like first to inform you about this organization. Probably most of you are not familiar with the work being done in that framework. So this is regionally owned organization of 13 members from Southeastern Europe. So in practice, it's a Balkans. We have so-called Western Balkan countries, former Yugoslav states developed after the dissolution of former Yugoslavia, with Albania, minus Slovenia, but Slovenia last year joined the group back. And we have Romania, Bulgaria, Greece, Turkey, and Moldova. These are the players in the Regional Cooperation Council. We work under the political umbrella of Southeast Europe Cooperation Process that has 12 members, and Slovenia is also the member. And they meet every year at the highest political level, summit, chiefs of states or governments, and they endorse the strategy of our organization, which is an operational arm of this political organization in Southeastern Europe. The main focal point for regional cooperation is based in the Regional Cooperation Council. We have a key role in supporting economic and social development and related reforms. That is why social entrepreneurship as a very possibility for innovative modes of growth in the region is very attractive for us, especially in this period of crisis and the prospect for after-crisis period. We have to offer something new. We promote the region's European and Euro-Atlantic integration, of which regional cooperation is an essential part. And we look at the region to link it better with the donor community. On 30th and 31st of March, we had a big regional coordination conference in Brussels, where we gathered 30 regional initiatives operating in Southeastern Europe. All of them are horizontal, dealing with specific issues from energy, transport, environment, rural development, health issues, information and communication technologies development. So there is a very dense network in the region. So I'll just show it to you. This is that. We try to make a mapping so for each priority area in which we operate, we try to identify those regional organizations that are relevant for this specific area. And some of them, I hope, to become close partners of this network to be developed in the area of social entrepreneurship. So you can see, probably you cannot see maybe from last rows, but we have Southeast Europe Investment Committee that will come under umbrella of the Regional Cooperation Council from the OECD at the end of this year. This is also one of the mechanisms where we can discuss these issues. We have Central European Free Trade Agreement. We have Business Advisory Council, we have Regional Network of National Investment Promotion Agencies, Regional Rural Development Standing Working Group, where we can introduce this topic as one which is very relevant for rural areas. Then we have a Southeast Europe Employment and Social Policy Network, new flexible modes of employment. Then we have Center for Public Employment Services of Southeast European countries, Southeast Europe Trade Union Forum, Adriatic Region Employers Center, Southeast Europe Health Network, which is a very relevant framework where social entrepreneurship could also be promoted. Then we have a Center for E-Governance Development, E-Southeast Europe Initiative. So there are many of those initiatives which could be involved in introducing and promoting social entrepreneurship. But there are also other areas which are covered by the Regional Cooperation Council. They are part of our scope of our work. This is energy and infrastructure, where we have Energy Community Secretariat, Southeast Europe Transport Observatory, and so on and so on and so on. Then this is the area of justice and home affairs. These are regional organizations operating in this area, and this is one of our first great successes, because a regional strategy, strategic document in the area of justice and home affairs has been adopted only some 2 weeks ago in Montenegro under the umbrella of Southeast Europe cooperation process, but everything was prepared by the Regional Cooperation Council. So just to show that we have capacity to adopt important decisions, important frameworks, important strategies at the regional level. This is security cooperation area. This is building human capital and cross-cutting issues, where we also have a number of regional initiatives operating, and this is also an area where social entrepreneurship could be promoted. We also have parliamentary cooperation. I think for social entrepreneurship, parliamentary dimension is very important. We organize at the regional level meetings of relevant parliamentary committees dealing with different issues. One of these workshops was organized last year together with the Parliament of Serbia, parliamentary committees of Western Balkan countries dealing with social inclusion and poverty reduction issues. So we believe that through parliamentary structures we could promote social entrepreneurship much more. And you can see that we studied a sample of 42 horizontal regional initiatives, and the average membership of Western Balkan countries in these initiatives is 39. Some are 38, Bosnia and Herzegovina takes part in 40, so we covered 48. We didn't cover in our metrics all 50 initiatives. So you can see that the whole region now is closely interconnected through these horizontal networks. We launched also in the Regional Cooperation Council some new networks like Public-Private Partnership Network, which is also very relevant, and these are some new mechanisms to support development in Southeastern Europe. We are now in more or less in the initial phase, but regional level was very helpful to, in a way, promote the whole issue, but also to inspire national governments to do more. And we also had some bottom-up initiatives coming from universities. Universities came to the Regional Cooperation Council, asked us to help them to establish a regional platform, and then from that regional platform they influenced national ministries of education, making the reforms of higher education faster. So bottom-up initiative was very influential in promoting a very specific and very important issue of higher education reform at the regional level. One of our most recent initiatives was launched a bit more than a year ago, in February 2010. We expressed willingness of the region to join Europe 2020. vision building exercise in Europe. When a Lisbon strategy had been developed long ago, the whole region, of course, was out of that, Western Balkans. Now we want to be inside. And that is something that we put in the focus of the conference we organized in March, on March 30th and 31st. And we try to make links with the priorities of Europe 2020 and flagship initiatives at European level. So, smart growth, we developed a counterpart of the digital agenda for Europe, Southeast Europe Agenda Plus. Innovation Union, we have our regional research and development strategy for innovation for the Western Balkans, which has been supported by the European Commission. We, Youth on the Move, we have higher education reform in the Western Balkans, again supported through Tempus. That was initiative of universities, supported by the Regional Cooperation Council. So we have this very important dimension in our portfolio. These are products of the RCC. We have sustainable growth, resource-efficient Europe, and industrial policy for globalization area. We have a concept being developed in the RCC in favor of integrated infrastructure development. We cannot afford ourselves in our poor and small countries to develop infrastructure in a fragmented way. Energy infrastructure independent of transport infrastructure, independent of environmental infrastructure. So we have to integrate all these aspects, including telecommunication infrastructure. So it's a big challenge. First of all, to integrate sectors in developing an infrastructure development platform, and then to do that, to make interconnections at the regional level. So this is a big challenge, very much supported by the European Commission. We have also some projects regarding sustainable energy. We are going to overtake the Southeast European Investment Committee. And then in the area of inclusive growth, we are developing a social agenda for the Western Balkans 2020. It is also relevant for European platform against poverty. So we are going to have next month, on 25th and 26th of May, the first launching meeting identifying what is the social agenda for the Western Balkans. And we are going also, one of the topics will be social entrepreneurship in Southeastern Europe, where we would like to get support of this specific target group, institutional partners from the region, to support development of social entrepreneurship concept in Southeastern Europe, and we hope to very much benefit from Slovenian experience in that regard. We also introduce an additional dimension which is very much relevant for our region, it's governance for growth. And that in all enlargement reports, it was mentioned that rule of law is very important for the region, and that this is one of the main deficits, so that the good governance agenda practically is one of the key issues for our region. So one of the first achievements in that area is the regional strategic document for justice and home affairs. In the third column, we listed potential partners in the region and in Europe, and among international organizations and institutions. So we tried for each specific area to identify potential, or we listed actual partners that we already have. So that is how we are developing the whole concept of Western Balkans in 2020, and we hope that social entrepreneurship will have a role to play in this wider concept for the region. So we made a survey of regional initiatives in Southeastern Europe. We tried to make deeper analysis, substantial analysis of how all these mechanisms work. And we have got responses to our questionnaires from 30 initiatives that took part at Brussels event. And what were our findings in that respect? That about 40 of them are of intergovernmental character. 70% of them are networks. 13% of them are projects with sustainability which is not guaranteed. And 30% of them have NGO character of these initiatives that responded to us. If you look how they provide resources to support their functioning, most of resources are coming from international donors and other governments, 48%, 31% from European Commission, 20% from Southeast European governments. It means that governments are interested for these initiatives, and unfortunately only 1% from private sector. It's a big deficit, and we believe that private sector should be much more involved in supporting all these regional networks. So they also express their views regarding cooperation with the Regional Cooperation Council. So it is in a way evaluation of our success to become a hub of all these different networks. And as you can see, we didn't succeed only with about 18% of them. Unfortunately, most of them are NGOs from civil society, and that is the new area which we are approaching. So this initiative is very much in compliance with our strategic orientation to strengthen our relationship with civil society. So this is what they expect from us, to help them coordinating among themselves at the sectoral general level, better coordination with donors, and also political support of activities of these all initiatives. So finally, we are also very satisfied that we have got support from the European Commission to become involved in Europe 2020 agenda, connecting region with Europe 2020 agenda, and the Regional Cooperation Council has got a very specific task to play in this endeavor, what we are doing already, and why we need a European umbrella. We want to use a strong potential to anchor reforms and facilitate EU accession. It is not enough to sell to wider public that we have to adjust laws, we have to adjust institutions, we have to achieve benchmarks in the acquis. And where are we going? This is the question that each citizen is interested for. So the vision is very important. And for us, it's very crucial to introduce thinking about the objectives. Where do we go? It's not enough to say we want to join the European Union. And what it means. Is it going to increase jobs, social inclusion, social cohesion? Is it going to improve industrial policies? Is it going to have some very concrete achievements? So we try to link through this involvement to Europe 2020 these dimensions of where we are going, and to join European debates in that respect. Then we want to strengthen strategic thinking in the region. We were asked by the European Commission to deliver strategies if we want to have any project supported. So you show the project, please provide support. What is the strategy behind? So that is an exercise that we are entering in, and we have to strengthen our capacities. Commitment to common goals helps to change national policies. This is something that we already experienced in many areas in the last 3 years since the Regional Cooperation Council has been established. That this regional dimension help making faster changes in national policies. Because there is this peer reviewing dimension, competition of those who are more or less at a similar level. And the adoption of the good practice is very important. Then we need support of the European Commission in facilitating implementation and of all changes that we are promoting at the regional level. We need to streamline all these regional initiatives, 50 of them, also to go more or less in the same direction, each one in the area where it operates. And finally, the role of the Regional Cooperation Council, we have to provide political commitment, networking and coordination, streamlining, strengthening bottom-up approach and regional ownership. So it's a very demanding task, but we try to, in a way, integrate all good initiatives coming either from the region or from Europe in order to set the scene for our further reforms. So we hope that next month, when we set the agenda, the social agenda for Southeastern Europe for 2020, that one of the key issues at this agenda will be social entrepreneurship. And that will give us ground to put together all relevant initiatives in other areas, all relevant initiatives in other areas in order to work together, to provide synergy, to provide joint efforts in order to promote further on the agenda for development of social entrepreneurship. And that was the division of labor regarding this general Europe 2020 effort, Regional Cooperation Council, regional initiatives, and what is the kind of support that we are expecting from the European Commission that has been already agreed with them. So thank you very much for your attention, and we are very glad that we became part of the scene, and we hope that we will be able to contribute to have substantial achievements all over Southeastern Europe. Thank you very much.